Hello everyone, my name is Padmini Nidumolu and I'm the co-founder of Lean and Agile for Women.
Hi, I'm Lyssa Adkins and I am a champion of the Agile coaching profession. I wrote the book Coaching Agile Teams many years ago, and I am focusing on amplifying women's voices in Agile.
Hi, I'm Natalie Warnert, and I'm the President and Executive Director of Women In Agile, which is a nonprofit organization that's helping to amplify women's voices throughout the Agile community.
And I'm Leila Rao, the co-founder of Lean and Agile. Our goal is to increase the value and visibility of women within the Lean and Agile spaces.
Awesome. So our intent of this video here is to communicate our shared vision for the Women in Lean and Agile community. And we would like to kind of take turns and talk about the initiatives we are involved in and how they could contribute towards the shared vision we all have, including the community at large. So that's what we will be doing. And our shared vision for the Women in Lean and Agile community is, as Leila said, to amplify women voices, but also to ensure that we have a community that we can lean in. We have a community that we can support each other, and we have a community that offers to the community as well as seeks from the community. So we are looking at women kind of stepping up and finding their own voices, their own spaces that they're comfortable in, and ensuring that they have opportunities to speak if they intend to speak, communicate, and share their stories. So we'll hear more from everyone here, and then go from there.
Sure.
Lyssa, yours.
So, I've been a woman in Agile, as we all have been for a while now, and one of the people that has been very blessed to have a lot of success in the Agile world. I've been a keynote speaker for years and years now. My book, Coaching Agile Teams, has created a lot of attention, and I've been one of the main players in having Agile coaching emerge as a profession. So however all that happened, I am at the place where I have a platform and a megaphone in the Agile community. And I look around me and I say, so where are all the other women next to me? I mean, all of these amazing women next to me right now are not usually next to me on the keynote stage, or next to me when someone says, who are the leaders in Agile? And the answer is a lot of men's names. So I got to thinking, what is up with that? And there are a lot of reasons for it. And we were talking earlier about the internal structures we put on ourselves, the things that have us not step forward, even though the environment might be completely ready for us to do that. And in my work as a professional coach and a facilitator, it just adds in beautifully that I could help women with those internal blockers. And so that's my focus, is helping women find themselves authentically, rediscover their authentic voice, harness all their creativities, and come out living expressively, whatever that means for them. And that is the process of the 10 Women Strong programs that my friend Carolyn Dragon created, and that as soon as I heard about the impact of them, I said, oh my gosh, we need these for Women in Agile. And so we are now in our first year of offering these programs for women who come and want to invest in themselves, in their talent, and their treasure, and emerge the way they want to emerge and lead. I'd like to see women's names get named when people say who are the leaders in the Agile world. And so I think we can do lots of things to help that. And one of the things that I'm doing is bringing in 10 Women Strong. Yeah.
All right, so I'll go next. So I am the kind of main bullish driver, or have been for the last number of years, behind what has now become Women in Agile, and it's now become a nonprofit. And we started very unofficially back in about 2013, noticing a lot of the same problems that Lyssa was talking about. Where are all the women speakers? Where are the keynotes? Why is this happening? Or not happening for that matter? And I kind of took parts of that upon myself because I was like, well, I'm not really keynoting, but I'm speaking a little bit, and I thought about some of the underlying reasons and realized, just back to that bullish term, I was just kind of like charging through and doing it, and I know that that's not something that is part of everyone's style. And there was also a lot of really good fortune that came with it and meeting really good people that helped me along the way. And so what I wanted to do was understand more of the issues and figure out how to replicate some of the success that I had in getting onto the speaking circuit and things like publishing a blog and getting articles written. And so in the last let's see, this is the 4th year we've had a Women in Agile conference before the Agile Alliance conference, where we've gathered women together to really talk about these problems and co-form some solutions in some communities. Now that's expanded to have 3 pillars. The first one I kind of just told you about, which is called conference allyship, and really partnering with conferences to solve some of these problems around diversity, around the pay to speak and fee transparency, around ensuring that there are code of conducts and they're actually adhered to and there are procedures in place to make conferences a more welcoming and safe place for everybody within the community. The second pillar is called launching new voices, and that's all around what I was talking about a little bit earlier. We have all of these great voices and these great ideas, but it kind of seems like there's a glass ceiling, if you will, to break through, to figure out how you do that. And so what Launching New Voices does is it pairs mentors up with speakers, or with aspiring speakers, specifically people that have never spoken before, so that they can have that experience. And so we help to put them onto our platform so that they first of all have that mentor, can get their presentation in order, and then we give them a place to speak. And we're trying to expand that into some more of the additional ways where voices can be heard, blogs online, podcasts like we're kind of doing now. And then the third pillar is seeding local communities. And this was happening on its own. Women were gathering together, and what we wanted to do is we wanted to help take some of the challenges out of that. So one of the things we're trying to do is give those communities a platform, again, to have their voices out, also provide them with some monetary resources so that they don't have to pay for meetup fees. We're working through that, helping to set them up with sponsors, and we also have a group call with local leaders of those communities where they can share ideas and kind of feed off of each other. And then obviously that's a really good conduit into the New Voices program and into the conference allyship, because we already have these groups that are building themselves and having people that want to come out of those and expand. So that's what Women in Agile is trying to do. And in the last year, like I said, we've incorporated into a nonprofit, which is really helping us to be able to give back monetarily to these different charges that we have going. So that's what we're trying to do to help the community.
That's awesome. So I think, as Lyssa, Natalie, and Padmini all mentioned, we're all seeing some of the same things, and saying, why are not more women recognized as leaders? Why do the voices of our community are not really reflected in our leadership? And one of the things we realized is, yes, individual women have done it. Lyssa's been a role model for all of us, I think. It doesn't have to be this hard. We're all each fighting our own battles to get to where we want to. What if we could help each other to build the kind of communities that we want to see reflected? And so what we do right now is something called spirals. And spirals are groups of women that come together to learn and grow together. In the best Agile tradition, they're self-organized and self-directed, because we believe that everyone has things they can offer and things that they can help each other with. So we don't have to wait for an expert to show us the way. We're all discovering and learning. And these spirals provide a supportive mechanism for behavior reinforcement, for learning and for growth, to achieve whatever women want to do, whether it is more speaking engagement or writing the next Coaching Agile Teams book. Whatever their unique goals are, let's give them the kind of support structure that makes it a little bit easier. And we're also pursuing that theme of making it easier for the next generation through something called Lean Next Gen, addressing some of the very unique challenges facing young women in their 20s as they're transitioning from the college life to the work life, because they have a unique set of circumstances and opportunities that they can self-identify and hopefully optimize. we're also looking to take that initiative to the next generation even more and see what we can do in terms of helping young girls and high school students with the agile mindset and growth mindset so that their journey as they become leaders doesn't have to be so hard.
And I wanted to add to what Leila just shared. Something that we have been kind of very passionate about is the Lean and Agile 100 initiative. And this is the story that we all just heard, right, from Lyssa and Natalie. The bullish thing, and what you're talking about, just struggling through our trials and triumphs in this world. And we want to bring all the great stories of these great, amazing women to the community, so something, somewhere, some story will resonate with someone. And as Leila said, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, nor do we have to struggle as much as somebody next to us. We can leverage those stories, right? And we can actually learn from each other. And, Lyssa, you've been a role model, for me. I was sharing earlier that, back in the day when there were not as many resources online as we do today, we used to refer to the book as well as your videos, in which you used to, kind of exhibit the traits that we all probably have carried forward. And these are the stories that we want to bring forth, and not just from a particular geography, but we want to break the geographical barriers and look at all women across the world, because we'll be more interested in the cultural biases and internal barriers that we have internalized over decades. And these are very hard to break. More than anything, I think cultural barriers are the most stubborn and persistent to break through. So those are some of the stories that we want to hear, because the world has become smaller, but we all have kind of diversified, and some of us have migrated to other places. So I think the stories that we exchange will be very powerful and very impactful. So Leah 100 will bring incredible stories from 100 women from across the world. So that is something that we'll be doing as part of this. And I wanted to kind of wrap up with this shared vision, and I want you to add a sentence here of, I think everybody is taking a path, everybody is treading in their own journeys. But when we are kind of having these initiatives and leading these initiatives, it's for a common cause, it's for a shared vision. It is not to prove a point to anybody or anything, but we are all kind of converging and melting pot into something of a shared goal here, right? Do you have anything to add, Lyssa, to that?
I think what I would add to the shared goal and the melting pot is that as I look in the world, I see an imbalance in our leadership. I see a lot of, we talk about yin and yang energy, there's a lot of yang energy in our world, a lot of very directedness energy, and when it's negative, when it's harmful, it's greedy and it's competitive to a very harmful degree. And so what I want to see is a little more balance. I want to see yin energy come up in the world, and for all of our decision making in our organizations, in our communities, in the public sphere up to the international cooperation level, I'd like to see those decisions made with a little more balance in the yin and yang energy. And so so the little piece that I'm adding in the melting pot here is just to really champion the yin energy and let it rise, because it's going to have a bigger rise initially to be able to eventually come into balance. And Agile is a great place to start because our values are already so aligned with yin energy.
Yeah, I would just follow on with, I think that this is a really good time to be in these spaces and really seeing the change that is starting to happen within our society, because we're all doing really good work, but it's really the society that needs to change. And I just want to put a call out to everybody out there. You don't need to have any special skills to be a part of this. Just kind of we want to activate everybody out there. That's kind of my theme for the year. So there's a great group of people that I'm working with We get tons of requests to volunteer and things like that. I have a wonderful board, like just come to any of us and participate, because the more voices that we have, the more powerful it is for everybody.
And I think the Lean in Agile community is doing some amazing things, because by nature, we help make organizations healthier, hopefully. If we can take that same skills that we use in our work and apply it to ourselves, and take it beyond just the Lean and Agile world, because this is something the whole world needs, to learn to be healthier, to take better care of each other. And I think we have some unique abilities in our professional experience that allow us to translate this from professional impact to community impact. And as Natalie said, there's no special talent here required. Everyone is good enough to help with what you have, your current abilities and talents. So let us know if you're interested and join the club.
Absolutely. And I just want to add that, we need men as our allies. This is not something that we are doing behind the doors or intend to kind of do it in isolation, right? You are with us. And this is a partnership, and we want a healthy partnership and a supportive environment, and that's what we're all striving for and working towards.
Yeah, and I'll just add on to that, people of all genders.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Yes, that is a very powerful statement there.
Making it better for everyone.
Yes. So, Lean and Agile.
TENWOMENSTRONG.net/agile.
WomenInAgile.org.
LeanInAgile.org.
Can't get better than this. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you.
That's
Great.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching.